webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly.
Good morning. I am Sherry Gleed, and before I call this meeting to order, I will note for the record that I am the chair of the ESD Governance Committee. I now call to order the meeting of the Governance Committee members of the New York State Urban Development Corporation, doing business as Empire State Development, for Wednesday, May 31st, 2023. Before we get started, I will note that ESD Chair and Governance Committee member Kevin Law is joining us today by telephone, and as such is not counted toward today's quorum. I will note for the record that the public was given the opportunity to comment on the agenda items by submitting any written comments by noon yesterday. I'd like to further state for the record that no comments were received from the public concerning today's agenda. The committee members have received the agenda in advance of today's meeting and are free to ask questions at any time. I will note that since there were no voting items on today's agenda, we will not be calling for the committee members to indicate any potential conflicts of interest with respect to today's agenda. I will now ask Felisa Hochheiser, ESD's Director of Compliance, to lead our discussion today on the agenda items. Felisa, when you're ready, please begin.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair Gleed and committee members. The objectives for this meeting are to review the annual board self-evaluation results and to review ESD's current mission statement and performance measures. The evaluations first. The Public Authorities Law requires that the board of every state and local public authority conduct an annual evaluation of its performance. Board member comments are anonymous and protected from disclosure under Article 6 of the Public Officers Law, which is the Freedom of Information Law. But the results of the assessment are provided to the authority's budget office. The authority's budget office recommends that each board member annually perform their own evaluation of the whole board. The evaluation should be conducted confidentially, with the results compiled by the Governance Committee. Furthermore, the ABA consulted with the Committee on Open Government, which advised that a board discussion of its performance would constitute a matter made confidential by state law that therefore could be conducted in private. Therefore, following the public meeting, the Governance Committee will, in accordance with this ABO guidance, discuss the board evaluations in private. The next agenda item is the mission statement and performance measures. The Public Authorities Law requires that the New York State Urban Development Corporation, doing business as Empire State Development, adopt a mission statement and related performance measurements to assist ESD in determining how well it is carrying out its mission. Furthermore, pursuant to the Public Authorities Law, ESD must annually create a performance measurement report that is consistent with the authority's mission statement and performance measurements. This report is provided to the directors at the June meeting. The current mission statement was revamped in 2017 by the Governance Committee. The committee met many times to discuss what should be in the mission statement. The link to the ESD's public mission statement and goals was provided to you prior to this meeting. The mission statement appears to remain reflective of ESD's myriad goals and programs. However, If the governance committee wishes to review and consider the current mission statement, my legal guidance would be to recommend approval by the larger board at the June meeting, and then the governance committee could meet to revisit the statement. I'm going to turn the meeting back to you, Chair Bleak, to call for any questions or comments on the mission statement.
Are there any comments or questions on the mission statement? Hearing
Hey,
none.
this is Kevin Law. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah. If I heard you correctly, the mission statement was last revised in 2017.
yes.
That's 6 years later, and I'm not sure it reflects all of the changes that Hope has and her team have been making, and that Governor Hochul may want, and I do think we should revisit it at the appropriate time during the summer, perhaps.
So I guess at the June meeting, the board should recommend that.
So what we should do, because the performance measures report is based on last year's approval, to change it now, we couldn't do the performance measures report.
I
So
see, so we should.
So what we should do then is the governance committee should advise that we should adopt it now, and then the governance committee can meet again to discuss if all of the parameters of the mission statement still reflect what ESD is doing.
So to summarize, we will maintain the current mission statement until the performance measures report has been provided to us. And then the governance committee will recommend that then the board will recommend that the governance committee meet over the summer to revise the mission statement.
Yes, I mean, not necessarily advise, we can discuss
Or discuss the mission
what
statement.
measures need to be.
Chairman Law, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, terrific. Okay, as noted earlier, we do not have any comments from the public with regard to these items. Thank you, Felisa. Thank you, committee members. There being no further business, I will call for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
All right. Any objections? Okay. I want to thank everyone for your participation in today's meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, the meeting is over and you wanted to, I mean, is there a
Yes, just make sure we're not. Are we 100%, 110% confident?
So we're done.